Ever contemplate on how big the universe really is, and where do we or our planet stand in comparison to the sun? It's a thought that can truly boggle the mind. The universe is vast, and our solar system, with the sun and its 8 orbiting planets, is just a tiny speck within it. But how do these celestial bodies, including our home planet, measure up to the gargantuan sun? Let's dive into the mesmerizing world of the sun and the planets and their size comparison. The sun, our very own star, is a massive ball of hot glowing gases. Imagine a sphere so enormous that over 1 million Earths could fit inside it. That's right, over a million. Its diameter measures a staggering 1.4 million kilometers. Now let's bring it closer to home. If the sun were the size of a standard front door, our Earth would be no bigger than a mere nickel. Not impressed yet? Consider this. The sun's volume is so vast that it could hold over 1.4 trillion cubic kilometers of space. That's enough to fill up the Grand Canyon a billion times over. And what about its mass? The sun accounts for an incredible 99.86% of the total mass of our solar system. That's like comparing the weight of an elephant to a single feather. With this perspective, it's clear to see that the sun is truly a giant in our solar system. Now let's shift our focus from the sun to the planets. Our journey begins with Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system. It's so massive, in fact, that more than 1,000 Earths could fit inside it. Jupiter, with its iconic Great Red Spot and mesmerizing cloud bands, truly is the giant of our planetary family. Next in line, we have Saturn, famous for its stunning rings. It's slightly smaller than Jupiter, but still gargantuan by any standard. Imagine this. You could fit approximately 760 Earths within Saturn's boundaries. Following Saturn, we find Uranus. Despite its icy blue appearance, this gas giant is not to be underestimated. It's about 4 times the size of Earth, meaning you could fit around 64 Earths inside it. Neptune, another gas giant, is slightly smaller than Uranus. However, it's still big enough to contain about 57 Earths. Then we have our home, Earth, the largest of the terrestrial planets. However, compared to the gas giants, it seems quite humble in size. Our neighbor Venus is slightly smaller than Earth, with a volume that could contain approximately 0.86 Earths. Then we come to Mars, the red planet, the destination of so many of our space missions. Mars is roughly half the size of Earth, but still significantly larger than our final 2 planets. Next is the gas dwarf, Neptune, a planet that could fit into Earth over 17 times. Finally, we come to the smallest planet in our solar system, Mercury. It's so small that you could fit it into Earth over 18 times. Despite its size, Mercury's close proximity to the Sun has led to some of the most fascinating discoveries in our solar system. Even the largest planet in our solar system, Jupiter, seems minuscule when compared to the enormity of our Sun. The sheer scale of our solar system truly is mind-boggling, isn't it? Having seen the sizes of our Sun and the planets, it's time to summarize our findings. Let's take a moment to reflect on the immense scale we've been dealing with here. We started with our own home, Earth, and traveled outwards, comparing each planet to the next, until we reached the behemoth that is our Sun. We've journeyed from the smallest planet, Mercury, with a diameter just over 3,000 kilometers, to the largest, Jupiter, spanning over 140,000 kilometers. And yet, even Jupiter pales in comparison to our Sun, a fiery giant with a staggering diameter of nearly 1.4 million kilometers. The scale comparisons we used earlier should now provide a clearer understanding of these vast differences. Just to remind you, if the Sun was the size of a front door, Earth would be no more than the size of a nickel, and Mercury, the smallest planet, would be barely the size of a blueberry. It's easy to forget just how enormous the universe is and how small we are in comparison. We've only explored our own little corner, the solar system, and even here the sizes are mind-bogglingly vast. The next time you look up at the sky, remember the vastness of our universe and how tiny we are in this grand scheme.